Hi, my name's Dave. Thanks for joining me on day 3. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean up the cam carrier, I'm going to install the cams, and I'm going to install it onto the head with the old gasket so I can set up the buckets and shims so I can do the valve clearances. Once I've done that, I'm going to take the cam carrier back off again, install a new gasket when the head's fitted to the car, which should be tomorrow. Compressor, well, that's the cam carrier cleaned up. Took a lot of work, but I've done it. I think I'm going to have to replace this. This looks knackered. Apart from that, I think everything else is okay. So what I'm going to do now is fit the cams, then fit the cam carrier to the top of the head over there, and then what we'll do then is do the buckets and shims. I've also been out and bought myself a plug, a waterproof plug here. I'm going to replace the connection at the back of the head, which is on that over there, with that. I'm going to add that so it makes it a lot easier, so you don't have to do it before putting the head down, which is a risk of knackering the gasket. So what we're going to do is we'll put the head down, that'll be dangling down, and we'll connect it in via this instead of that there. Okay. It's a considerable amount of time later. It's starting to get a little bit late now in the day. I had to go out and get some more brake cleaner, some degreaser, and some RTV remover, which I've got here, which I'm assured it seems to work quite well. I've got the cams reinstalled into the cam cover, and it's sitting on the top with the old gasket. I'm trying to do these now. I'm going to measure up these shims and mark on them what they are. Then I'm going to reinstall them, and then after I've reinstalled them, what I'm going to do is check the clearances, bolt this down, check the clearances, try and get the clearances sorted out, and then I'll take that off again, then we'll reinstall the head tomorrow. That's the plan anyway. I've got a bit of a trick I want to show you as well, which might make things a lot easier for you people, but I'll show you that when I do the head. Okay, hi everybody, my name's Dave. Thanks for joining me, and what I've made here is a solution to the head fitting problem. So on the 4JX1, when you put the head gasket on and you fit the head, you've got to connect, before the head drops down onto the surface of the gasket, you've got to connect on the fuel return temperature sensor, because it's on a short little cable and it's at the back and you can't get it together when the head's on. What you're going to have to do, what I've done, is this is the plug that there's a rubber seal goes around this, but this is the plug that goes onto the back of the head, and that goes to the wiring loom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these spade connectors here and this quick release plug to connect this to the back of the head. That way I can connect this after I've fitted it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release this, I'm going to fit this to the wiring loom, I'm going to connect those to it because it's easy to connect. There's only a short bit of wire, it's easy to connect those, connect them together, heat shrink it all up, wrap tape around, wiring loom tape and whatever, and because it gets pretty oily, connect them up, and then I've got this cable, this plug here free on the end of this wire. Well, that'll be sticking out the back of the head, that'll be sticking out the loom, and I'll just join them together like so. Bob's your uncle. Waterproof plug with a seal on it, that'll do the job. If I go through a river crossing, I won't lose the fuel return temperature sensor. Good morning everybody, what a lovely day in Berwick. A bit cool but nice and sunny. I just thought I'd show you the progress so far. We've got the head back on. I'm just in the process of tightening everything down now. We've got it all aligned. I'm just going to oil up the bolts with engine oil before I reinstall it. I'm just trying to spill it everywhere while I'm doing it, and I have. And then what I'm doing is I'm just tightening them down, just hand tight. Notice I didn't call it snugged, because snugged is an American term and I don't like using American terms. Snugged is stupid. Hand tight. In other words, you can't tighten it, you just taking up the threads, the slack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bolt in every hole, and then once I've done that, I'll start tightening it, torquing it down. 60 Newton meters, then it's 60 degrees for each bolt, then 60 degrees again. That one isn't lined up properly. That one will go in a minute. It went in a second ago, so I don't see why it's not going in now. There's always one, isn't there? Just tight. Two at the back, and then I'll leave you to it because I need both hands. But before I let you go, I'm going to show you that plug eye here. Down there is the plug. See if I can get up the steps and show you it. Might need the light. I'll go get a light. Where are we looking? See the yellow plug down there? Little yellow line? That's the plug I added to that cable. Okay. Heads torqued down. So you do 40 Newton meters for all the bolts, and then you do 60 degrees twice in a certain pattern. I don't have the pattern document with me, but I'll go get it and then I'll show you it. I will put this on the Patreon page if there's a Patreon member wants to download it. However, that is the pattern there. If you want to just take a screenshot of that. So I managed to get the cam carrier in, all torqued down. These are torqued to 38. These are torqued to 38. Those are torqued to 22. If you see these two brackets on the side here, you don't get confused by them. All they're for, I've got them on the wrong, oh no, I've got them on the right way around. All they're for is for holding the injector heart, and it's in place when it's in there. I'm still not sure about these two. I'm going to ask Rob about those because it does show them like that on the, this is for the these two here, those two are for the oil rail when it goes back on, but the other two I'm not so sure about, so I'll have to inquire about that. Hi and welcome to day 3's video. It's a lovely day in Berwick today. I think I've got my jacket on, but it's not that cool. It's probably day 5, but it's actually day 3's video. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to refit the turbo. I've got most of the engine done. Shall we go down and have a look? I think we can. I'll just grab a key. So we've got the head on, it's torqued down. We've got the cam cover on, it's torqued down. I need to do the gaps in there before I put the timing belt on, so what I might do today is fit the turbo. So what I'm going to do now is fit this turbo on here, but I'm going to go clean it up first. Hi, you join me on whatever day it is, day 3. I've been waiting for some new feeler gauges to come, and right after that I found the old ones. But anyway, I've lost them again, so it's just as well I bought some. So what I'm going to do now is I've been tidying out the garage and I've been sorting out my tools, etc. I've put that belt grinder and sander and grinding wheel on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the turbo, give that a good dousing down, make sure I've got all the gaskets, etc. And I might refit that. Okay everybody, turbo's done. Although I did discover that the replacement turbo wasn't actually opening the actuating gate, the dump valve if you like, where exhaust gases escape if there's too much pressure. Wasn't opening that valve, so I've had to reduce it back a bit, so I probably won't get as much PSI as I had, but I've got as much as I can out of it, and still allowing it to open the gate a little bit. So anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm doing injectors. I've got them in the ultrasonic bath, cleaning the nozzles. Hopefully they're cleaning up a bit. They still don't look that clean. I've got 2 of them clean. We'll have a look. Alright, while I'm waiting for the ultrasonic bath to finish, I'll show you what to do with these. So you get hold of it like this. You'll need a magnifying glass and a torch. You don't have the torch too bright, and you can see the holes at the end there, and you can see whether they're cracked. Should be 6 holes. Just inspect them all, make sure there's no cracks, and you're done. Another problem I might have, I've only got 2 copper washers, but I did get brass washers with the gasket set, so I don't know whether I can use brass or not. I'm going to have to try and find that out. Anybody knows, leave a comment in the description. Thank you.